Oh golly, I moved here when I was 63 years old. That was about 8 years ago. My dad was sick, and so I came to help my mom with my dad, and he passed. And so after that, Mom and I decided that we wanted to build something really cool. So we did, and I had this great idea because I had lived in an earthship before in Colorado, and oh my God, it was so cool. So, and it was off the grid, and oh my God, I loved it. The only bill I had was a propane bill, but everything else was basically free. We had a wind generator and solar panels. It was really, really nice. So life happened, and push and shove and push. I ended up in Washington State, starting all over again, and I've always wanted a home-based business. So when my mom called and said that Dad's sick, that was a clue to me took us here to the East Coast. So I moved from Seattle, Washington to the East Coast, and stayed until my dad passed. It was about 3 years later, and Mom and I decided we were going to build something cool, and so we did. We found a real estate agent who sold us this piece of property, and I didn't want any trees on it, not a nary a tree, because I wanted to be able to plant what I wanted to plant. So having had the experience of living in an earthship and also building one myself about 15 years prior to that, I wanted to continue with that. Knowing that Kent County was kind of like really iffy on alternative housing, I figured, well, you know, let's be smart about this whole thing. So we'll build stick, but we'll build it with a lot of modifications. So we had an architect design this thing for us to my specs. Mom got what she wanted, and I got what I wanted, mainly the big studio so I could have my business and run it out of the house. Oh man, it was so cool. So at any rate, when they were building this house, they must have laid, what is it, about 15, 20, no, 150? I don't know. It's just a boatload of feet of cement wall along this whole back. It was about 8 to 10 inches thick. And they built it, and everybody else around here thought they were building a bunker. Well, little did they know we were. So the house went up and put the greenhouse on the front, and it was really, really nice. So we do gardening all year long here. I mean, it's a learning experience for doing gardening in a greenhouse. Because neither one of us have done it very often. But at any rate, we did that, and I opened up my doors, and I have all kinds of business as a result. I have a very famous contract with NCIS. Well, I don't have it actually with them. I have it with a guy who does have a contract with NCIS, and I do all of his embroidery, every bit of it. And so it's a lot of fun, and my stuff's all over the world as a result of NCIS. So it's really cool. But I'm a happy camper with this house. I can't ask for anything better. We are basically bill-free as far as utilities go. The only thing we have is our propane. We get money back because of our solar system. Hey, couldn't ask for anything better. Well, that's about it, I think. Awesome.